Today, we're going to look at John Adams, the second President of the United States. He served from 1797 to 1801. After serving as George Washington's Vice President, John Adams was elected the second President of the United States in 1796. He was a Federalist who believed in a strong national government. Not long after he took office, John Adams had his first serious issue, which became known as the XYZ affair. France was angry over a treaty the United States had signed with Britain. They seized over 300 American ships. The word seized means captured. Adams sent a delegation to France to work it out. They were approached by three diplomats referred to as X, Y, and Z. They demanded that the U.S. pay a bribe before they could see the French foreign minister. After hearing about this, many Americans wanted to go to war with France. Adams felt that the U.S. Army and Navy was not strong enough to fight a major power. Adams was labeled a coward. Adams refused to give a bribe or to go to war. He decided to strengthen the Army and the Navy instead. Eventually, the hostility between the U.S. and France was settled. Adams used the situation to help enact laws that would punish those who criticized him and, at the same time, inflict damage on Thomas Jefferson's Democratic-Republican Party. These became known as the Alien and Sedition Acts. The Alien Act, passed in 1798, allowed the president to deport any alien considered dangerous to the country. The word deport means send an alien back to the country in which they came from. The number of years an alien had to wait to become a U.S. citizen increased from 5 to 14 years. These laws helped stop immigrants from voting for the Democratic Republicans, which of course is the party of Thomas Jefferson. In the Sedition Act, anyone who interfered with policies of the government or falsely criticized its officials would be fined and put in prison. Sedition is conduct or speech inciting people to rebel against the authority of a state. Citizens could not print, write, or speak out in any kind of a bad way against the government. This was a direct violation of the First Amendment to the Constitution. In response to the Alien and Sedition Acts, Thomas Jefferson and James Madison wrote the Virginia and Kentucky resolutions. These stated that the states have the right to nullify unconstitutional laws passed by Congress. Nullify means not to follow or make it of no value. This idea of not following laws if the state feels it violates the Constitution is known as states' rights. Even though Virginia and Kentucky were the only two states who adopted these resolutions, Southern states would use this idea later on not to follow federal laws. John Adams served only one term of office as president. Even though he managed to keep the United States out of war and strengthen the military, he added to the division in the country caused by political parties.